Is YNW Melly a victim of circumstance, trapped in a relentless legal battle? Or is he the mastermind behind a crime so shocking that it left the hip-hop world in disbelief? The case against the Florida rapper has gripped fans and critics alike, weaving a complex story of fame, betrayal, and an ongoing fight for freedom. His legal war has stretched over 5 years, filled with shocking developments, courtroom twists, and accusations that could change the course of his life forever. And as the retrial looms, new revelations threaten to shake the case to its core. Witnesses are stepping forward, the prosecution is tightening its grip, and the courtroom drama is reaching a boiling point. The stakes higher than ever. But before we get into the latest developments, let's take a step back and understand how we got here. Jamel Maurice Demons, better known as YNW Melly, wasn't always a name associated with courtroom drama. Born on May 1st, 1999 in Gifford, Florida, Melly grew up in a tough environment. Raised by a single mother who struggled to make ends meet, music became his escape. Inspired by artists like Lil Wayne, he started recording songs at a young age, pouring his emotions and struggles into his lyrics. By the time he was a teenager, Melly had already faced run-ins with the law, including a firearms charge at just 16 years old. Despite this, he remained determined to break into the music industry. His unique ability to blend haunting melodies with raw storytelling caught the attention of listeners, and soon he began gaining a loyal fan base. Melly's breakout moment came with his hit song Murder on My Mind in 2018. The track, featuring chilling lyrics about an apparent killing, became a viral sensation, propelling him into mainstream fame. Fans were captivated by his ability to blend melodic storytelling with raw emotion. But as his career took off, trouble loomed in the background. Melly wasn't just another young rapper making waves. He was also associated with a close-knit group known as YNW, which stood for Young New Wave. This group included his childhood friends, YNW Juvie, Christopher Thomas Jr., and YNW Sack Chaser, Anthony Williams, both of whom would later become central figures in a tragedy that changed everything. On October 26, 2018, it was supposed to be a regular night for Melly and his crew. After leaving a recording studio, YNW Juvie and YNW Sack Chaser were found shot and killed in what was initially reported as a drive-by shooting. YNW Cortland Henry, another member of their group, rushed them to the hospital, but it was too late. Both victims were pronounced dead upon arrival, but something wasn't right. The story didn't add up. As detectives started digging, they uncovered details that contradicted the initial drive-by shooting narrative. Forensic evidence suggested that the gunshots came from inside the car, not from an external shooter. This revelation turned the case upside down, shifting Melly and Bortland from grieving friends to prime suspects. As law enforcement pieced together the puzzle, they found even more chilling details. Surveillance footage from that night didn't match the timeline provided by Melly and Bortland. Phone records and GPS data placed Melly at a different location than he had initially claimed. But the most damning evidence came from forensic ballistics, which indicated that the bullets entered the victims from angles suggesting they were shot from inside the car. In February 2019, Melly and Bortland were arrested and charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder. Prosecutors claimed that Melly himself pulled the trigger, orchestrating the crime alongside Bortland, but the biggest question remained unanswered. Why? Why would Melly allegedly kill his own friends, the same people he had grown up with and rapped alongside? Some theories suggested internal disputes, financial tensions, or conflicts within the group, but with no clear motive established, the case took on an even darker and more mysterious tone. The trial finally began in June 2023, nearly 4 years after Melly's arrest. The prosecution came in strong, presenting forensic evidence, cell phone data, and witness statements. They argued that Melly's music and social media posts hinted at violent tendencies. The defense, on the other hand, countered with claims of police misconduct and lack of concrete evidence directly tying Melly to the murders. After weeks of testimonies, the case was in the hands of the jury, but after 3 days of deliberation, they couldn't reach a unanimous decision. The result, a mistrial. For Melly, this was both a relief and a curse. He had avoided conviction, but the battle wasn't over. The state was determined to try him again. What happened after the mistrial? In the months following the mistrial, both the prosecution and defense recalibrated their strategies. The prosecution, frustrated by their failure to secure a conviction, began gathering new witnesses, reinforcing their case, and working behind the scenes to tighten their grip on Melly. Meanwhile, the defense sought to weaken the prosecution's case by challenging key forensic findings and alleging misconduct by law enforcement. Rumors also surfaced that former friends of Melly were considering turning against him. Were these individuals motivated by justice, or was there something more at play? As tensions escalated, the legal battle took on an even more cutthroat nature, with both sides refusing to back down. Could friends turning against Melly, or is it just another tactic from his prosecutors? As the retrial looms, something even more shocking has surfaced. Some of Melly's closest allies are now willing to testify against him. Reports suggest that former friends, once fiercely loyal to the rapper, are now cooperating with the prosecution. Are they seeking justice, or is there something more sinister at play? Could there be deals being made behind closed doors in exchange for testimonies? Meanwhile, rumors have spread that Melly himself might take the stand in his own defense. If that happens, it would be one of the most unpredictable courtroom moments in hip-hop history. His defense team knows the risks. One wrong statement and everything could fall apart. The courtroom is no longer just a place for justice. It has become a battlefield where alliances shift and betrayal lurks around every corner. Since the mistrial, Melly's legal team has been locked in a fierce battle to secure his freedom, but new obstacles have emerged. His retrial, originally scheduled for late 2023, has faced multiple delays. Courtroom drama has only intensified, with both sides fighting over what evidence can be presented. Prosecutors remain confident in their case, while Melly's defense argues that key pieces of evidence were mishandled or misinterpreted. Adding to the complications, in January 2025, Melly's attorney became the subject of a witness tampering investigation. This revelation cast a shadow over the defense, potentially jeopardizing their strategy. At the same time, Melly filed a lawsuit against the Broward Sheriff's Office claiming inhumane treatment while in custody. With all these legal battles unfolding at once, the case has only grown more complicated. So, what's next for YNW Melly? The retrial is looming and the stakes are higher than ever. If convicted, he could face a life sentence or even the death penalty. If acquitted, it would be one of the most shocking turnarounds in modern hip-hop history. But what if there's more to this story than meets the eye? With former allies willing to testify against him, are they seeking justice, or are they driven by hidden motives? Could key witnesses be under pressure from prosecutors or even industry forces with their own agendas? And if Melly truly is innocent, then who really committed the crime? Don't forget to subscribe to you get the latest on this case, because one thing is certain, the next phase of this trial will be explosive. What do you think? Let us know in the comments below.